Hello my angry admin nation. Today I decided to install vROps to my Homelab. So let's have a look. So before we start deploying the vROps, I did a change to DNS. I add the record for that machine, and it's ASO vROps APM01, which stands for Appliance Master Node 01. And the IP is 192.168.1.121. Okay, so let's go back to our vCenter and let's try to deploy vROps. So let's click deploy from OVF, load the file as I downloaded before, then click next. Now we need to change the name. We don't, but I will change to my desired name. We click next, we choose a node number 1. Okay, let's click next, accept the license agreement. Now we're going for a small. Now the data store, okay, so we have the first one looks okay, but we change for team provision. So we're going for a team provision to not reserve the space straight away. So the difference between tick and team provision is that if you go for tick provision and you need provision 100 gigs, the 100 gigs will be reserved straight away. In team provision, the space is allocated on go. So when it's needed, it grows to this 100 gigs. So that's why we're going for a team provision. For the lab environment is enough to do so. On my production environment, I would go for tick, because I need to know the actual space disk. But in the Homelab, the team provision is fine. And click next. Now we choose a network. And again, the VM network and MGMT, which is management network, are the same exactly networks. But for the sake of clarity, I put it to the management part of the network because this is the management tool. Okay, we click next. Now we need to do the gateway, which I already have, domain name, search path, DNS, and the IP address which I assigned, and the mask is 24. Let's click next, and let's click finish. And let's see over here the progress. Okay, and we see the VM is here. So let's power it on. Okay, and now the appliance is ready to be used. So let's have a look. But before we go ahead to the browser, let's set up the root password. So let's click on the login and type root, and we need to set up the password now. Okay, and now let's try to log in to our vROps. Okay, let's use the IP. And now we can continue our installation. So we need to use a new installation. If that would be another node, then we will use the expand an existing installation. But let's click new installation. And let's get started. Let's click next. Now, username, password, next. Yes, we use the default certificate for now. Now, the cluster master node will be our node. NTP server is our domain controller. So we just add it. We click next. Because we have only one node, we cannot use high availability or continuous availability. But if you want to know what those modes are, there will be video linked on the top corner, and please have a look. Notes next, and ready to comply. It will take a few moments to configure the cluster, so I will speed up the video now. Okay, we see that we have a master node here. It's not running, so let's start vRealize operations. Okay, let's try to log in again. And we'll see if installation finished. Okay, let's click next. Of course, we need to agree it. Now, I will provide the key later. Don't want to join program for now, and finish. Okay, and we are in. And now let's add our account and vCenter server, of course. vCenter server, credentials. As you can remember from our previous video, we can use the service account, which we actually create in the last video. So this username and password is okay. We can validate connection. We have to accept certificate. Yeah, test successful, so you can add our vCenter server now. And we have an add account. What's the warning for? Yes, we have to wait a few moments for collection to take place. And as you can see, the status is okay, meaning it's collecting data now. Okay guys, that would be everything for today from myself. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below the video, or chat to me on the Twitter. It's @angrysysops. Read my blog, angrysysops.com. Join my new group on Facebook. It's called VMware Knowledge Base. And see you in the next video. Bye.